so I just wanted to talk really quickly while I did my makeup. So that's why I'm like kind of barefaced and like this lighting is crazy. Crazy good. But I just have like a story time type of thing. I've never done one of these before. So I'm probably gonna be rambling. But like I said, I'm doing my makeup, so I'm gonna be a little off focus. Okay, this was Monday. Well, it was Sunday. It was Sunday night, but it was technically Monday morning. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Justin had to, if you don't know who Justin is, he's my husband. He had to go to work at midnight. So he went to bed early, and I had to wake him up at 11. We were a little late. I think I woke up, sometimes he doesn't get up right on time. So anyways, it was a little late. So he was running late to work. So he rushed out of the house at like 12. He had to be at work at 12. He was really late. So he rushed out of the house at like 12, and he, I can't think. This is so weird. I probably should have just did this like, anyways, that was my phone, sorry. He left the house, and then like 5 minutes later he shows back up because he forgot his phone because he was in such a hurry. So he left after he got his phone. It took him like maybe 2 minutes to come and grab his phone. And that was it. So it's me, Justin, Peyton, and my sister, Jess, who all live in the same house. The front of the house is like kitchen, dining room, living room, stuff like that. And the back part of the house is all the bedrooms. Like I'm here, Jess is here, Peyton's room is here. Like we're all next to each other. So it's a fairly smaller house. Like it's not even 2,000 square feet. So I mean, it's a small house. Anyways, so we can all literally hear everything that's going on. You know, if anything happens, we all know. So, Jordan is sleeping. I call her Jordan, sorry. And my sister is sleeping, and I'm awake because I just can't sleep a lot of times. So, I'm awake watching my tablet. That way I don't wake everybody else up. I've got my headphones in. So I, for some reason, got on, like, you know how you're on YouTube and you just start watching one thing and then it just like, YouTube takes you to like a totally different place. That's what happened in this case. I was watching one thing and YouTube took me to a couple of videos. Oh, it's the dogs. I'm so scared. Anyways, a couple of videos of Marilyn Manson. It's the dogs. Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie like calling each other out. So I'm like watching that, and it's like at a concert, so it's super loud. I have both my headphones in. Well, I hear this noise. It sounds like Pate fell out of her bed, and I'm like, okay, let me go check on her because it was really loud. I was like, I hope she didn't hurt herself. So I go and check on her, and she's fine. She's in her bed. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was just like the dogs or something or whatever, moving around in the crate, because their crates are in the dining room. So I'm like, all right. So I just go back to bed. Well, I hear it again. Or I mean, I go lay down, I go to put my headphones back in, and I hear this noise that literally sounds like somebody, I mean, it was somebody, obviously. It sounded like a person, man or woman, I don't know, I didn't see them, was literally shaking the top of our gate. Because we have a privacy fence. And the part that has the gate that opens, like the door to the fence, is right by my bedroom. We have two windows, Justin's side and my side, and it was on his side where I heard it. And at this point we had a window unit in because he likes it really, really cold in our room during the summertime. So we just put one in our room. So everything was like, I literally could hear it because the window, if you know how window unit works, you literally have to open the window and then you have like these two little blinders that basically don't do anything. So it was super loud. It was like I was standing outside. I'm freaking out because we've had break-ins. 2 houses down, this lady, like a week before Christmas time this year, had somebody break into her house, steal a lot of things, personal items, Christmas items, and And then like a week later, they came back and stole her car. I guess they had stolen the spare keys out of her house. And so they stole her car. And so at this point, I'm like super paranoid. Also, we had like the year before two break-ins like down the street the other way. So I'm super paranoid about that already. So, you know, I mean, break-ins are not anything to like mess with. Like I was scared. So I immediately, because Justin is a big believer in protecting yourself when it comes to guns and stuff like that. I'm a little scared of guns just because I don't know how to use them. I know people kill people, guns don't, but if you don't know what you're doing, you could do something wrong. And I have a small child in my house. I didn't want to. I'm always just afraid because I don't know how to use them that I'm going to use one day and accidentally hurt her or something, like aiming wise. Like I'm just not very knowledgeable when it comes to guns. So I'm a little worried about those. But my sister took a class, so she knows kind of what she's doing. So I woke her up in a panic. This was 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I'm rambling. This was 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was like a little less than 2 hours after he left. So I go and wake her up. And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? I don't know how she didn't hear it. I guess she was just really tired because she doesn't sleep either. And when she does sleep, she sleeps like the dead. So, I woke her up. She had to put her contacts in. So it took her like 2 minutes to put those in. And while she was doing that, I told her what was going on. And I'm calling Justin. I'm calling his work phone. I'm calling his cell phone. I'm calling his friend's phone because they work together. I'm just freaking out. So Jess was like, all right, I got my contacts in. Give me the gun. Let me go check everything. Obviously, she didn't go outside because why put yourself in danger? If you don't have to. If somebody were to break in, then, you know, that would be different. But I'm not gonna, you know, and she's not gonna go put herself into danger, you know. So, anyways, she goes and checks the windows, checks the doors, stuff like that. Sorry. And we don't see anything, we don't hear anything, so she's like, all right, let's go in the room, we'll talk about it. At this point, I guess Peyton had waken up because she heard us. I don't know. I didn't know she was awake. So she could hear everything we were saying, and I think it I mean, I know it frightened her, but if I would have known, I wouldn't have kept on talking. But she heard us and didn't really say anything until after the fact. But I was telling Jess, and this was like 2:10, like I was watching the clock because I was calling him nonstop. And she was like, okay, what do we do? Because we were both freaking out. And so around like 2:10, all the lights were off in the house. The front lights were on, like in the front yard, and the backyard lights were on, but they're not very bright. So we really couldn't see a lot. But we stopped talking because we heard noises, like people talking. It sounded like two guys talking to each other. We couldn't really make out what they were saying. But because it's like winter time kind of still. I mean, we're in Texas, so there's really no winter. But there's leaves on the ground in front of the window. So you could hear like walking and crinkling of the leaves. And I was so scared. Like we were freaking out at that point. Because Jess didn't hear the noise, only I did. So she really wasn't that scared until, you know, we heard that. But I don't know if we were just paranoid and like making it up in our heads that somebody was talking, but it sounded like voices, and I don't know. But clearly, obviously somebody was trying to get in our backyard because I heard the noise myself. And so yeah. Anyways, so we stop and we're like listening to that, and then Justin calls me and I let him know what's going on. He's like, okay, did you call the cops? And I was like, well, no, because nobody broke in and I didn't see anybody, so I didn't think, you know, it was reasonable or, you know, whatever to call the cops. He was like, no, call the cops, let them know what's going on, they can come patrol or check to make sure, you know, what's going on. And I'm like, okay. So I call the cop, or actually I get off the phone with him, Jess calls the cops, and they're like, okay, we'll send somebody out. Because in our area, like I've said, we've had those break-ins. We live in a nicer side of the town, so I don't know. I guess that's why people come over. I don't know. So she gets off the phone with her, and like within 5 minutes, somebody's at the door, and it's the cop. She was like, I was stationed at Walmart. That's why, you know, it didn't take me that long to get here because the Walmart's like right down the road. She was like, I didn't want to frighten you, but I'm here to, you know, search everything, make sure everything's cool. And I was like, all right. So she goes in the backyard, and this is like, by this time it's like 2:30. The shaking and stuff happened at 2, but by the time we got a hold of Justin and all that stuff, he told us to call the cops. It was like 2:30. I probably should have called them sooner. Next time I for sure will. I just didn't think because nobody broke in that it was reasonable to call, but apparently it is. I probably should have thought that to begin with, but yeah, so she goes back there and checks out everything. We have a fairly small backyard, so it didn't take her, but like, well, actually she took her 15 minutes, but she was thoroughly checking. But it didn't take her too long. She comes back inside, she goes, okay, I didn't notice anything with the gate as far as like, because we have a lock on it, like a combination lock. She's like, I didn't notice the lock being messed with, like somebody was trying to cut it. She's like, I didn't notice anything like that. So she said, your fence could have been messed with as far as the shaking goes. Obviously, she said you heard something. So she goes, you know, that I really can't prove. She was like, but the lock wasn't messed with. She goes, but your screen is off of your window. She was like, did you do that or did your husband do that? And I was like, no, not that I know of, not to my knowledge. I know I didn't do it. So I wasn't freaking out too much until I talked to Justin about it, and he was like, no, that wasn't me. So then I was kind of scared because that means obviously somebody else did it. And I mean, I don't know when it happened, if it happened then or if it happened another day and we just didn't know it. But I was a little worried. So she was like, all right, well, that's the only thing I noticed. We're gonna go patrol. They patrolled next door because our neighbors had moved out. They checked everything back there because we all have like these little sheds in our backyard. So they checked all of that and everything was cool with that. She said everything was fine. They didn't see anybody, but if we hear anything, to call them back. So needless to say, I was a little freaked out. I didn't sleep at all that night because obviously it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I was getting ready to lay down, or I was after I finished my video, but then all this happened. So I hadn't been to sleep yet. And then of course Jordan woke up and I had to explain everything to her, that it was okay and stuff like that. The cops came, blah, blah, blah. So me and Jess were a little worried. This eye is not blending like I want it to. So we had a little break-in scare. Nobody actually broke in, but clearly somebody was trying to get in. And that's still scary. Like, somebody's trying to get into your home. Like, you know, if you've never had to deal with that before, you don't know what to do. Which we clearly never had to deal with it before, because we had no idea what we were doing. So, yeah, so it was just scary. And, like I said, this happened Monday or Sunday night, Monday morning, which it's Tuesday now. So we're still all a little shaken up. Me more than everybody else because nobody else really heard it but me. Jess and I kind of heard the voices. I don't know if she heard the voices or not. I mean, she was there, and I don't know if it was just me making it up. I'll ask her later, but I don't know. We were hearing everything. You know how you get scared and like you hear every little noise after that? Like, that's how it kind of was. But I swear I heard people talking. So, yeah, that was our little scare. We got a security system like yesterday because, the same day. Sorry. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, we got a system because we don't want this to happen. Like, if it happens again, we want to be able to have the cops immediately notified. We want video footage. So we got a security system with cameras, stuff like that. And the dogs were going crazy. That's why every time he like barks, I freak out. I'm so scared. And I'm by myself right now. I'm losing my mind. I'm so scared. I hate being alone now. I've already hated being alone, and now I'm like extra terrified because this happened. everybody always tells me I'm paranoid. Nothing's ever gonna happen to your house. You live in the good side of town, which we do, but stuff happens everywhere. It doesn't matter what side of town you live on, stuff happens. And it's just scary. So I've always been paranoid, and now I'm like extra paranoid. So that's just wonderful. Sorry. So yeah, it's been a big ordeal, and I really haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days. So I'm like drained. So I'm like drained, and it's just, it doesn't need to, like, I don't understand why somebody would try to break in our house. Like, why do people have to be so ugly? The dogs are fighting over a toy. I don't know, like, it's just scary. And I messed up that eye. Why did I do that? Look at that wing. Why? So yeah, like I was more so worried about, I know that's gross, sorry, like Jess and Pate. Like, obviously I'm scared for myself too, but like I have 2 other people to worry about also. And like, I was so scared to, like, what am I gonna do? I don't know how to use a, sorry, my camera cut off. I don't know what I was saying when it cut off, but basically what I just said was I'm glad my sister lives here because I don't know what I would have done without her being here. I would have been freaking out even more. I'm glad she was here. So everything's cool now. We got our system. I'm still a little scared. Like, I really haven't been sleeping. I slept maybe 3 hours today. I slept last night because Justin was here. But when I'm by myself, I don't sleep. Like tonight, he's not going to be home until like 9 o'clock. And then tomorrow he works night shift. And the day after that, he works night shift. So I'm a little worried about that, but that's okay. So I've been trying to get my sleeping done during the day. That way I can stay up at night because I'm still a little scared. Like, I'm sleepy, but my body physically will not shut down. Like, I cannot go to sleep. So I'm a little drained, but as far as security system goes, we're good with that. It's really high tech and nice. So I trust that it will do its job. And plus, like, I can watch Peyton's room with, because we put a camera in her room. I can watch her, or not watch her, that sounds bad, but like, if I hear anything, I can easily check her room. Plus, the cameras are constantly recording, and if something were to happen and, like, say somebody steals her, I mean, hopefully that never happens, but say that does happen, I have video footage that we can look back on. Or say we're gone and somebody breaks through her window while we're gone, I'll have the footage. We can catch whoever it is. So I'm super grateful to have this. And yeah, so that's my little rant, my little story time. I've never done one before, so I'm sorry if I'm like all over the place. I know it's all over the place because I'm still shaken up about it. So obviously it's not as scary as if somebody were to actually have broken in. Luckily they didn't get in. I think it was just, I think maybe they were watching the house, and me and Justin and Jess also like all talked about this, like I think maybe they were watching the house, waiting for him to leave, and then like scoping everything out to see if like we would react to the window shake or the gate shaking. So I think like calling the cops and all that stuff may have nipped this in the bud. Maybe like they were watching to see if we would actually do anything, and the fact that we did, hopefully that will why did I keep messing up this eye. Maybe that will stop them from trying to come back, or anybody for that matter. Especially now that we have a security system, we have a sign in the front, sign in the windows, stuff like that. Maybe that will stop anybody in the future from trying to break in. So, yeah. I'm so random. So yeah, I'm just still shaken up. I don't know. I don't want to be alone anymore. And obviously I can't like ever not be alone. I mean, people got to go to work, people got to do things. Like, I'm gonna be alone eventually, so I just have to get over it. And just handle it, because I mean, I'm not always gonna have somebody around, so you know, I've got to learn to protect myself, protect the people that are with me. I want to feel safe, so me and Jess had discussed learning how to handle a gun. I don't personally think I need to shoot it unless necessary, like if somebody breaks in and tries to attack me, but I do want to know how to use it, just because that's what we have for protection. Like, I'm a big believer in like gun safety. Like, if you're gonna have guns, you need to know how to use them, keep them locked up away from children, stuff like that. Like, let everybody in the household know that there are guns where they are. Don't touch them unless you need to, like, especially when it comes to kids. Like, you really have to be on top of that kind of stuff. So I'm a big believer in safety first when it comes to guns, any kind of weapons really. So yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Really? Dogs? I'm just really, I don't know, just shaken up still, so. But Justin took care of everything. I'm super happy and thankful to have him, and I don't know what I would do without him, so yeah. And Jess also, I'm super happy that she was here. I kind of actually, let me not say that, because I would rather her have not been here if something bad happened, because I don't want anything bad to happen to her. But I'm glad she was here in this scenario where nothing did happen, but because I was so scared, she was here to like calm me down and to like, you know, help me through it, because I was freaking out. So I'm thankful to her that she was here, but I would rather her have not been here for her safety. So, yeah, so that's my little rant. I know it was like 30 minutes long. Sorry about that, but anyways. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching and be safe. Hey guys, so I'm in the same setup, obviously. I wanted to talk about a few products with you. This is going to be kind of like a casual product review, or like just my thoughts on the products. Sorry, I'm drying my liner before I close my eye. So I wanted to talk about the foundation and the concealer that I'm currently wearing, because I'm really, really loving them right now. I am wearing the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation in the shade 4.0 and the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Fair Beige. Obviously both higher end products, a little bit more on the expensive side, but if you're a beauty enthusiast or makeup artist, or just somebody who loves to do their makeup, you probably don't mind spending the extra money on them, because they work amazing. Sorry, I'm doing my makeup while I'm filming. Yeah, so I don't mind it because they work really well. I really, really love the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. It is my holy grail full coverage high-end foundation. That's really bad for your eyes, don't do that. Yeah, so I would use it every day if I could, and I usually do use it every day. I'm trying not to here lately because it is a little expensive. So I'm trying to like kind of stay away from it a little bit. I'm using it today, obviously, but I have a few things to do, so. Yeah, so, but anyways, if you love something, I mean, use it. And I really love this stuff. It gives me full coverage. Like when I go get drugstore foundations, like there's really good ones. Like currently I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Ready foundation. and it's really good, but there's not an exact perfect shade for me because I'm very yellow undertoned or olive undertoned, whatever you want to say, but I have a lot of redness, so I need it, and it covers. I'm gonna do a full video on that because it's really good, but the color is not exact perfect to a T like this one is, and I feel like for me myself, I'm looking for that exact perfect full coverage foundation all the time. So this one does the trick. It really, really does. As far as the Shape Tape goes, I looked for this stuff everywhere. I got it right after Christmas because I got gift cards for Christmas. I think literally it was like the day after Christmas. And, ooh, dropping stuff. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I went like 2 hours away to find it because I really, really wanted it. Like super bad. Me and my sister both really wanted it. So we went like 2 hours away, almost 2 hours away to get it. Because they didn't have it in our color anywhere. It was all sold out. But we finally found it in the perfect color for us. So we got it, and I have been using it ever since Christmas, and it's not even close to being gone. So I'm super grateful for that, because it is a little pricey for a concealer. Sorry, the infamous mascara face is probably killing everybody. But it works really, really well, and I highly suggest it if you don't mind spending the extra money. I think it was like 20 or 21, something like that. So yeah, really, really good. I've been trying this mascara. This is the Lash Blast Volume CoverGirl mascara. I just put it in my eyes, and it's making my eyes water. I don't know if I'm just crazy, but it hasn't been doing that before. Like, this is the first time that it's been making my eyes water. That's weird. I may not use that anymore. But yeah, I highly suggest these these products. If you want to see a full review or demo or anything like that, just let me know in the comments down below. But this is what I use for a full coverage flawless look, which I like to go for every day, so there's that. But yeah, my camera's fixing to die, so that was just like a quick overview of those. I'm not really gonna do a swatch or anything. If you want to see that, then just comment down below and I will do that in the future. And I'm sorry my schedule, I really haven't had a schedule as far as filming goes. I've just kind of been all over the place with everything that happened in the last video, which should be up before this one, and just lots of stuff. So yeah, I'll try to get back on schedule, but who knows. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.